Yes, Really Right Stuff is one of the companies most responsible for the popularity of tripods in extreme long-range shooting. But the heart of a good tripod isn't the heart, it's the head. Today we're going to take a look at the BH55 ball head from Really Right Stuff. Hey, Moondog here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a BH55 SCR ball head from Really Right Stuff. And they're known for making some of the finest ball heads in the world. I mean, they stack up right there among the best tripod heads made in Italy, Germany, Switzerland, Japan. And this, just in terms of the build quality, this thing is a beast. And it's just ruggedness, robustness, just craftsmanship. It is outstanding. And the best feature of all, it's made in the U.S.A., 100% American. So we're going to take this and we're going to see if you can convert a middle-of-the-road generic photo tripod and turn it into a half-decent shooting platform by simply putting on a decent Really Right Stuff ball head. We're going to test it out on this episode of Moondog Industries. All right, this is our BH55 Really Right Stuff tripod head, and comes in a nice cardboard box, but let's see what's inside, because really that's what the more important thing is. It comes with a nice padded pouch there. No manual, but oh, you can download a manual online. Those QR codes, you got some Allen keys here, and let's take a look at this. It's a nice padded pouch and typical camera gear. Ooh, and this is, look at this bad boy. This just looks and feels like quality. It's hard for me to really get across here on camera, but just from a cursory look, there's just some certain qualities about this ball head that set it apart from your typical budget ball heads. Just the feel, just the construction, and you just really have to hold it in your hand to really appreciate this. But some of the little details on here that I'm looking at, there's just nothing I can see here that looks like that there is any shoddy craftsmanship. All the seams look proper. Nice big fat ball head there to provide a lot of friction to handle a lot of weight. Let's see, we have our pan head controls here, and we have our main ball head controls. And this is something that's interesting, and you really don't appreciate it until you actually have this in your hand. Typical ball head control knobs are straight cylindrical. This is a slight taper, like a cone, and this really actually provides you. This is actually more ergonomic because it's just the way that the pad of your thumb on your palm is shaped as you're turning this, and if you can appreciate that. But this cone shape actually is way more ergonomic than a straight cone, so that's really a nice touch there. And this nice and big knob, so it allows you to really tighten down on your ball head. And this knob adds extra friction there, so I think it's called the drag control. Just how easily this ball head moves once you've and allows you a little bit of finer control using this knob here. And this knob controls the pan head here, and you can see it's graduated in all 360 degrees. And it does have a reference center marking there, so you can tighten that down if you need to, when you need to pan. And this is usually the standard, I believe, what is it, 3/8 inch screw that is a standard tripod screw mount there. So if you need an adapter, you can buy those, but that's what they're made for, because this ostensibly comes out of photo gear, photo tripod world. This has an interesting feature that's uncommon for a ball head, and that is it has two cutouts here. So especially if you're doing any actual backcountry shooting, using this as a hunting tripod, sometimes you need some extra elevation if you're, like, say, if you're on a low part of a valley and you need to get down and aim at something up on a cliff side, or vice versa, aiming down, you need extra bit of elevation, and this allows you to do that in both two different axes of direction, which typically most ball heads only have one of these cut out. So this is really a cool feature. And I wonder if it's patented to them, but I think I've seen this in some other companies have this. But it's pretty rare, so it wouldn't be surprising me if they actually have a patent. And one thing about Really Right Stuff, too, is actually they have a patent on one other key feature that I just found out, is that I wasn't aware of this, but they were the first company that came up with a Arca Swiss quick release head that also allows for Picatinny mounting directly. If you have a Picatinny rail, you can mount it directly onto this quick release head, which is really convenient. Really Right Stuff holds the patent to this, and no other company should be putting out any tripod heads in the U.S. that have this feature, because they have the patent on it. So if you actually happen to see one, well, that's actually counterfeit or illegal. So technically, you may want to steer away from those products. Sometimes you'll find stuff from overseas, like direct from China, that have that, but the only U.S. company that's allowed to have this, because they have the patent, is Really Right Stuff. So that's just something to be aware of. And also, this is a really nice second lock to this quick release here. There's a little paddle there that you press down, and that releases your quick release knob. Otherwise, it stays locked in. So that's super handy. Really nice attention to detail, especially if you're firing from a high recoil rifle. Oftentimes, quick release, just using the friction on this, just the recoil will cause this to shake loose. And I've had that happen to me on some quick release scope mounts, which is a real pain in the butt. So the fact that they've added the extra step of locking that in there, that's a nice touch. And you can also adjust the tension if you're using this with, well, as intended, with Arca Swiss plates. They're all supposed to be the same spec, but there's always going to be a little bit of variation sometimes, and this allows you, there's a little fine adjustment nut here that you can press down, and you can adjust your tightness on these rails using this nut here. So that's a nice feature. And of course, you have these Allen wrenches, so you can make some additional adjustments, like changing your plate out or what have you, or actually removing this quick release plate and replacing it with a different plate if you have some other mounting system. So that gives you some options. And of course, it's all made in the USA, and it does look really, really nicely built. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this onto a normal photo tripod and see if we can using this really high-end ball head, if we can turn just an old school photo tripod and use it for shooting. This is my old video tripod that I bought 20 years ago, back when video was still recorded on tape, and I'm removing the pan head from it and revealing the 3/8 inch tripod screw, and we'll be attaching the BH55 ball head to it, and just twisting that on, and lickety-split, we have it installed. Next, you take a rifle with an Arca Swiss chassis, or in my case, a rifle with an M-LOK to Arca Swiss adapter plate, and you can attach it directly onto Really Right Stuff's patented shooting ball heads. How do you attach your rifle to your tripod? Do you use a saddle mount or direct attach, like this? Photo tripods are not ideal because the legs just aren't rigid or have a wide enough stance to be as stable as a shooting tripod, but we're going to try our best and see how well this works. Granted, a 5.56 does not have a lot of recoil, but this setup with the RRS ball head felt a lot more solid than I thought it would. Obviously, you're going to be better off with a modern shooting tripod, which is much more stable, robust, and lighter. And while RRS has been criticized for making overly expensive kit, I think they're worth it if they can turn my crappy old tripod into something I could actually shoot with. Alright, so here are the results here. I zeroed out the scope and just checked the function, but I did the 5 rapid shots in the center, And in fact, I got two in the same hole, and all within a 2.5 inch group. So I'm generally pleased with and surprised at how well it did perform, even though I felt a little bit of lateral movement, more so than in my my hunting tripod. But overall, I mean, for a cheap, inexpensive photo tripod that I've had for a billion years, putting this ball head on it really made it usable as a shooting platform. So if you're interested in picking up a really right stuff ball head, I'll include product links in my blog at moondogindustries.com. You'll find a link in the video description, and please use those links because it helps support this channel. But also, you can just simply hit the like and subscribe to support this channel, because that's absolutely free to subscribe, and you're telling the algorithm that this is a good video that somebody else would like to watch. So thank you for that. Anyway, be safe out there. Moondog out. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.